We begin with Angeli Cockadee in Moore Park. Angeli.
Well, Sharon, Micah, a downed tree into a power line earlier this afternoon has much of the 118 here completely shut down. It's been shut down for at least several hours, about 4 hours now, continuing well into the rush hour evening. Now, this is on 118. It's just one of the many toppled over trees today because of these high winds. Dangerously strong Santa Ana winds could be felt across much of Los Angeles today. This was in Moore Park, where all lanes of the 118 were shut down between Belcom Canyon and Grimes Canyon roads due to a downed tree toppling into power lines. A rural area, but still an inconvenience. SoCal Edison spent much of the afternoon untangling the lines. And in Porter Ranch.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. It blew all the patio furniture out in the yard.
Where residents say high winds make them fear the worst.
It reminds me of last year when the winds were coming up and then there were the fires. Everybody was very concerned. And so hopefully the rain coming later on New Year's will make sure we don't have any kind of fires. It's not that dry.
And look at this. Surveillance video shows the moment winds knocked over a tree and hit a home in Sylmar earlier this morning. More down power lines and trees could also be seen in Winnetka and Canoga Park, where smaller tree branches spread across roads. While mountainous parts of the region, including the Santa Susana Mountains, western parts of the San Gabriel and Santa Monica Mountains, got the brunt, fire crews reminding everyone tonight of the dangers wind carries.
If you see wires hanging down, stay away from them. Call the fire department. We come out and then we can isolate it and make sure that we're going to protect the public.
Now, the downed tree is about a half a mile from where we are now. So at this point in the evening, the crews are letting some people through. I don't think they're letting them through all the way. They're going to make a U-turn and have to come back this way because at this point, 118 here in Moore Park still shut down. We're now reporting live in Moore Park. Angeli Cockadee, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Angeli, thank you. Let's check in now with meteorologist Vera Jimenez for a deeper look at what's going to happen.
Oh, yes, those winds are going to continue with us near where Angelique was or currently is. That's the northwestern end of the viewing area. This wind advisory is supposed to expire tonight at 8 p.m., but the winds look like they're going to persist even once the National Weather Service allows this wind advisory to expire. We're looking at wind speeds of about 15 to 30 miles per hour. And then, of course, the gusts are going to be stronger as they always are. And then as we head towards the eastern end of the viewing area, here you have it. This wind advisory for the Inland Empire and Orange County going to be with us until 1 p.m. tomorrow. 15 to 30 there as well. Gusts to 45, perhaps maybe even 50 and 60 mile per hour at some of those higher peaks. Keep in mind that the stronger winds are going to be more isolated. The 50s and the 60s are going to be more isolated. But this wind advisory is set to expire tomorrow at 1 p.m. So as we go ahead and put the clock into motion, here's what it's going to look like tonight at 9:35 p.m. Now, keep in mind that this wind advisory for LA and Ventura is supposed to expire at 8 p.m. tonight. But because the winds are going to persist even beyond there, I have a funny suspicion that perhaps maybe they are going to get extended, those wind advisories anyway. As we look towards the east, now this is as we take a look at the 15-215 split heading towards the Cajon Pass, looking at places like the I-10 right off the 74 here near Hemet. We are going to see these wind advisories remain in progress until 1 p.m. tomorrow. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast and more importantly, the rain for the holiday in just a moment. Back to you guys for now.
All right, Vera, thanks. After one of the wettest starts to the rainy season in Southern California history, more rain, as you just heard, is on the way. Experts say the danger may not be what's falling from the sky, but what's already in the ground.
KTLA's Jillian Smuckler joins us live from the Hollywood Hills to explain how homeowners can prepare before the next storm arrives. Jillian.
Sharon, Micah, there's a lot homeowners can do ahead of this week's storm. There's still a couple days to be prepared. Now, I want to talk about the main areas of concern. That's the burn scar areas and then hillside communities. And the reason those people who live there are on high alert today is because the soil is already saturated from all the rain we got last week. And with another storm on the way, well, a lot of damage could be done. Holiday storms on top of powerful rain that fell back in November have made this one of the wettest rainy seasons Southern California has seen in years. And while the possibility of a rainy rose parade may grab people's attention, experts say the bigger concern is what last week's storms already left behind: fully saturated soil.
We don't know what's going to happen in this next rain, but our hopes aren't high. It's probably not going to be good.
For some homeowners, the danger feels pretty familiar.
We've been living up here for over 22 years, and there'd been no slides, no mud at all. So it was quite surprising.
The mudslide happened in February 2024 when storms stalled over Bel Air.
13 inches of rain in 2 days, where our annual average is 18 inches.
Landslide repair contractors say damage doesn't usually happen during that first storm, but after repeated rounds of rain, which is exactly what we're expecting.
It's almost on like a delay timer where the soil saturates, then another rain comes, it saturates even more, the soil gets heavier, nobody's covered it, and then you maybe get a third rain, and that's when, boom, the whole slope goes.
He says Hillside neighborhoods and burn scar areas remain especially vulnerable. Places like Malibu, the Palisades, Altadena, Topanga, and Baldwin Hills.
Burn scar areas, we've seen, tremendous amount of mud, debris flow, landslides, right? Most people haven't moved back in because houses aren't built. So they're basically areas that are just neglected right now because nobody's living there.
Another concern this week is many homeowners are still out of town for the holidays, meaning mudslides or flooding can go unnoticed.
So we see a huge surge in calls after the holidays have ended and people have returned home, usually to find, pretty grim results.
The Bel Air homeowner says preparation makes a huge difference, something he wishes he did after nearly 2 years of repairs.
It was 2 years to get the hillside repaired, and the city demanded we repair the hillside. And that was big bucks.
Big bucks indeed. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars. So you may be thinking, okay, what do I do to prepare? Well, things like taking advantage of those free sandbags. They have them at the local fire stations, as well as making sure you clean your gutters. Also, check your drainage systems. That's to make sure the water is able to flow out smoothly. You don't have any buildup, no flooding, and obviously potential mudslides. Reporting in the Hollywood Hills, Jillian Smuggler, KTLA 5 News.
Jillian, thank you. Meanwhile, communities are still working to clean up after last week's storm.
Those efforts underway in the small desert community of Pinion Hills, hit by fast-moving mud flows. High floodwaters ravaged homes in the San Bernardino County community. One resident says the water moving so fast it looked like waves. A neighbor managed to get her horse out before the barn collapsed. Her yard turned into a river while her neighbor's home filled with mud. Several homes are filled with feet of mud, rocks, and branches. We spoke to one man whose brother's home was severely damaged.
The water comes up to right this level right here, and then all the mud and stuff, and it broke into the front door. The house was paid off, so thank God for that, but he has no insurance to take care of then.
One family says they are determined to remain on their property. GoFundMe accounts have been set up to help residents with expenses.